welcome to Soul in Balance. My name's Alicia and I will be bringing you a report on the new moon in Capricorn that'll be happening on the 17th of January at 1:17 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And like all new moons, it is conjunct the Sun in Capricorn, which is at 26 degrees. And the best thing to do is to find out where this falls in your birth chart. So that could be what house, because whatever house it falls in is going to determine what new ideas, what new intentions, and what new things will be coming your way. Okay, so we have a pile up of planets in Capricorn for this new moon, and that will be Mercury, Saturn, Pluto, the Sun, the Moon, and Venus. So I believe it's setting the tone in structure for the year for those planets. So we'll be seeing, new structure in romance and passions, new structure in our ways of communicating and our emotions. And we'll also be seeing a lot of ending of things because Pluto is there, and Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. So we are going to be changing those aspects of our lives. Could even be goals. It could be something that you've had a goal for the last 5 years and now you've just decided, you know what, this isn't working for me. I'm going to do what I'm actually passionate about. And then, that can be an ending. And then starting that new goal or that new career or that new uni course or that new relationship. So, there's a lot of deaths and rebirths in structure at the moment. And that's, I think, is going to be some of the effects of this new moon. Okay, let's quickly go over the aspects. So we have a stellium in Capricorn, and that is Venus, the Sun, Moon, Pluto, Mercury, and Saturn, all in Capricorn. And that will be squaring Uranus in Aries. It will also be sextiling out to Mars and Jupiter in Scorpio and sextiling Neptune in Pisces. Other aspects that I believe are of importance are Neptune in Pisces in conjunct the North Node in Leo, Uranus in Aries in conjunct Mars and Jupiter in Scorpio, and Chiron in Pisces trining Mars and Jupiter in Scorpio. And we still have Jupiter in Scorpio squaring the nodes. Those are the aspects at this time, at this new moon in Capricorn, and there is quite a few of them. So I'll go through what it all means. So at this time, with all the planets in Capricorn at this new moon, we are feeling quite motivated. We've got lots of goals and ideas and change coming through, and we're accomplishing quite a lot on that forefront. But underneath it all, we've got lots of feelings of overwhelm and trauma and depression and anxiety coming through. And, with Saturn being with all those planets in Capricorn, it is a bit of a somber planet. So, that does create, lots of judgmental feelings, anxiety, depression. But the other aspects that we've got going on there with Chiron in Pisces, trining Mars and Jupiter, we're digging up trauma and feelings of overwhelm from generations and generations, and we're all feeling it. So it's a collective feeling of overwhelm. So it is really important to go into those feelings at this time, sit with them, ask yourself the question, why am I feeling like this? Is it something that I've already been through? Is it something that happened when I was a child? Is it something that's happened recently? Is it something that repeats itself ongoingly? And spend time with that and release that, as it is really important. It's just as important as your goals and, motivation and hobbies and passions. They're all equally important and they all come with great gifts. Another nagging situation that we've got going on is Uranus in Aries in conjunct Mars and Jupiter. So that can be that annoying voice of, here's change, here's this idea, here's some revolutions, do something about it. And if you're not in the right place to be doing those things, it can make you feel a little bit down about yourself. But all in all, this aspect is irritating the collective sexual issues that we have, whether it's for gender or whether it's sexual abuse, as we've seen all through the media and in with our own lives with the Me Too movement. This aspect is constantly coming up. There is so much to heal in this area, and everyone's got something, you know, whether it's some form of sexual abuse, gender issues, or you know somebody. Everybody has a story to tell in this area, and we all have suffered something. So I feel it's best that we spend time in this area while it's here, while Jupiter and Mars is in Scorpio, and reflect on these things. If there's somebody that has hurt you or somebody who's pushed your boundaries in the past, it's best to address it with them, even if it's writing a letter and you don't end up sending it or saying it to the universe. Whatever it is, get it out. Feel that empowerment and know that that is not right. That is not how you should be treated. And I think, like I said in my last video, that if you put that out and say, hey, that's not good enough, here's my boundary, the universe is just going to match that. So it is a really, really, really healing thing, is to voice how you've been abused, or how you felt confused about your sexuality, or how you felt confused about your gender. It is a really, really great thing to do. So while that is here, I think we should use this aspect to its full advantage. So we also have Neptune and Pisces in conjunct Leo North Node, so it's been happening for a while. I see this aspect as a coming home. So with the Leo in the North Node, we're coming home to our heart space. We're coming home to who we really are, what we're really passionate about, and finding our voice and finding our confidence. So with all of that going on, the coming home, I kind of see the in conjunct to Neptune as, hey, don't forget, this is a spiritual journey as well. You know, you have, you know, all these other connections and beautiful aspects about yourself. So, and, you know, the kindness and all the things that Pisces represents and Neptune represents, is to bring that in as you find yourself, as you go home. So with this here, I also believe that we need to be asking ourselves what's best for us, not looking outside ourselves necessarily for guidance for everything. Like self-reliance, learn that we know what's best for us. Like, yeah, there are people or gurus or spiritual healers and things like that have great information, but at the end of the day, it is about what works best for you. And I think that is a really important way to be and mindset to have at this time, because it is going to be a tough year, and the more grounded and solid you can be within yourself, the easier this year is going to flow. So the best thing to do at this new moon in Capricorn is to set some intentions for the month. So whether that be in romance, emotions, communication, structure, goals, endings, new beginnings, whatever aspect of life that you feel you need to set new intentions, or you would like something new to come to you, this is a great time to do that. Some other ways of helping you get through this new moon is to remember that the feelings that are coming up are valid, and they deserve just as much time and care than as any other aspect of your life. So to remember to guide and process those emotions as they come through. Another great thing is to rise above what's going on. Take a bird's eye view. A couple of times this week I've been getting a lot of information about seagulls. So being able to take a bird's eye view and snatch up an opportunity when it comes your way, being open for new opportunities as well. And know that it's a time for new starts. And we're coming to a stage of death and rebirth with Pluto there. It signifies, you know, a lot of of endings of things that just don't serve us or serve you anymore. And it's time to realize that it's time to move forward. So with all that said, if you would like a birth chart reading done from me so you can see how the lunar cycles affect you, I will have my information at the end of the video and down below. Also, many soul journey blessings.